Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. I have not posted on this channel for a very long time. Oh my god, it's been a very long 2 years. Oh, okay. Let's actually quickly get something out of the way. No, I'm not American. I know I have a very American, quote-unquote, accent, but I'm not American. I went to America the first time in October, actually. It was pretty good, not gonna lie, it was pretty fun. But I can't really prove that I'm not American without doxing myself, but I think the easiest way I can prove that I'm not American is, translate this time for me. 1758. There we go. Anyways, okay, so who am I? You may know me as many different names. Paper Bag Jam, Hugo Vomit, Swift Refused, Swift Stuff, Swift fucking whatever. That's what I used to go by for not a very long time, but that's what I used to go by. That's how many people online knew me as. And recently I was looking at my old DeviantArt, you know, looking for OCs to possibly redo, and I just realized that I have this burden that's been following me for a few years about, you know, never really addressing the things, because I did a lot of things that I'm not particularly proud of. Nothing too crazy, but nothing that I'm, you know, really want to think about for much longer. I've basically moved on, you know, I have a new group of friends, I have new issues to worry about, I have new shit to get over. I'm still living in the same house, but, you know, I draw in a very different style now. I write, I make videos on a different channel, not very often, but decent videos. They got a decent amount of views, I'm not gonna lie, and stuff like that. You know, I'm really into politics now. But, you know, every now and then I'll think about this period of my life and how it's kind of unresolved, so I'm just gonna get to it right now, for those who are uninformed. So, on the off chance that someone who did know me back in 2018 watches this, you may have known me as, you know, a certain someone. I'm not going to name any names because I don't think these people want to be dragged into it. I know one of them has explicitly told me to remove videos that I made on them as a joke, which I understand. I'm assuming they want to distance themselves from an edgy past, which I completely understand. So I'm not going to name any names. I'll use code names. For this guy, I will call him Pomni. Pomni, yes, from the Amazing Digital Circus. So I used to be Pomni's artist occasionally. I drew art for their channel on multiple occasions. And we got into some quote-unquote drama, which we later talked about and realized it was really fucking stupid and could have been resolved quite easily. I also made a really stupid animation, which I did remake with their permission, and yeah, we're fine. I think we played Fortnite a few months ago, but we're not really in contact. I do still regularly talk to one of their friends, who I also won't name. I'll use a code name, Eminem. I still talk to them pretty often, somewhat. Can't say the same for Pomni though. But anyways, so that was that. That was how I got my subscribers, because I drew art for this Pomni person, and it was all dandy aside from the drama. And I made a video about it, and it's unlisted, but you can go watch it if you want to see how stupid it was. There were a few points that I made that I somewhat agree with, but generally it was a really stupid video. But I wouldn't recommend watching it, but if you want to see it for yourself, then, you know, I'll leave a link. But now to get on to the other things. One of the things I said in this video was that people were leaking my face, and that is both true and untrue. Yes, they were leaking a face image, but it was not mine. That person that you saw in that picture that I no longer have access to, that's not me. Truth is, I'm not white. I am I'm not white, I know. I mean, I'm half white. I'm European. I'm part European. I'm not going to say, if you remember the country, then you do. If you don't, then don't worry about it. I'm part European. The other part is not white. I can show proof right now that I am, in fact, not white. So yes, I was, in fact, catfishing people. Am I proud of this? I mean, I don't regret doing it because I think maintaining internet anonymity is really smart, but, you know, playing the part was kind of funny. I can't lie. But I think I have to go back and say, no, that wasn't me. I was not a white guy. I am, in fact, brown. So do with that as you will. If you think I'm a shithead for doing that, That's completely fair. That's completely understandable. It's weird. I think if you're gonna pretend, or if you're gonna be anonymous online, don't use a picture of someone else's face. Or do. I mean, if the person gives you permission to do it, then go right ahead, but I literally took this off a random Discord server that I don't even know if it exists anymore. I haven't been in it since 2020, probably. So yeah, don't do that shit, but yeah, that wasn't me. Additionally, I think I claimed that I was born in 1995, but the truth is I was born like 6 years after the fact. You can also not forgive me for doing that. Listen, I used to be a pathological liar, for a while, actually. I'm still try and keep many things about myself anonymous, especially to random people online, but now I just kinda, I don't know. I think lying about where you live is fine. I also think lying about your age is fine, especially considering how many people now are just openly stating that they're fucking like 14 or 13 years old. I don't get that. I don't get that. When I was that age, I was lying about being like 25, which isn't great, but like, hey, it stopped me from being groomed, so... so yeah, this Swift person doesn't exist, technically. The Swift that you knew, the Hugo, Swift, Paper Bag Jam, he doesn't exist. That's not a real person. It's me instead. And who am I? I can't say. I'm not saying who I am, quote unquote. If you know, then you know. If you don't, then don't worry about it. And yeah. So I was kind of essentially playing a character, if you really think about it. So that's about it. That's all I'm really addressing. If you want me to address specific people, I can't do that. If you're thinking of anyone and you want me to say what I think about them, or if I'm in contact with them, I can't. I mean, I kind of did, but I use code names. I'm not using real names. If certain people are watching this, depending on who you are, or I may or may not issue a direct apology to you, or I mean, you can forgive me or you can't. I don't really care that much because I'm moving on from this part of my life. I just wanted to, you know, tie up loose ends a little bit. I thought about making this video almost a year ago, and I asked my friend, Eminem, if I should, and he was like, if you think it'll be good, then do it. But otherwise, maybe don't do it. But now I'm doing it almost a year later. Yeah, so if you want to find me, good luck with that, because you're not going to find me. Unless you do, then that's great, but you probably aren't going to. And I want to keep it that way, because I don't really want to be connected to this anymore. Great? Alright, cool. Have a good day.